Hello. Alright. We got our work cut out for us. Yeah, me picking up and replacing my item apparently warrants a letter from the HRA. They saw that I picked that up for a second and then put it back down. And they're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So that's fun. Anyway, guess what day it is? Groundhog Day. Excuse me? Huh? No. What do you mean? What? What's happening? Why? Why is this not working? Have I messed up? Oh, come on. I don't need this right now. Why? Okay. Keep it together. Don't lose it. Don't lose it, man. Don't lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Groundhog Day. 7 to 9 a.m.? Giftability 9 a.m. to 5 a.m.? Did I stutter? Why is this not working? Huh? I'm so confused right now. Why is this? Why? Why am I here? Just to suffer? Okay, well, that's clearly not the... Ooh, this is not what I wanted. Why have you forsaken me, Tortimer? Okay. Groundhog Day. Yeah, Groundhog Day occurs. Let's click on the link. In the GameCube game, Tortimer appears at 7 a.m. and then at 8 a.m. he shows up and announces whatever. Beginning at 9, he'll give one of the things available. Beginning at 9. It is 12 o'clock. When was Groundhog Day 2025? February 2nd. Okay, so I clicked on the right stream apparently. Like, I literally... My banjo impression. I didn't put my heart into it, though. I'm losing my mind here. It's like, okay, here's me starting the game on my other town. It's 12 p.m. on the day.
To pull through sometime soon. I want to get all the stuff. I don't want to have to wait.
What? Okay, sorry. I think my other stream's playing. Don't. Why? Tortimer is not giving me flower model. I don't understand. Is it because I have them in my house? Like, what? Why? Why do things have to be difficult? I don't understand. I just don't, okay? Okay, we got money that I gotta deal with that. Why? I'm losing it right now, okay? I literally, like, I did this. I don't get it. Okay, well, let me just confirm what's going on with this real quick. Oh, wow. There it is. I had a feeling we'd be hit with the spike. I don't know. I'm happy about this, but, like, I'm overwhelmed. Okay? I'm overwhelmed. That means I got lots to do today. Like, I don't know. I was kind of expecting it. But Tortimer's not working, so why is Tortimer not working? I just talk, like, it works in all the other games. Like, is this like it's happening the second year and he's just not giving it out kind of thing? Is it because I have them in my house? Like... So that, oh, give me a break. Give me a break. Okay, I'm losing it. Okay, so today's gonna be a long one, and this is not making things better. No, it's not making things better at all. Okay, just no. Okay, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. We have a sale from, like, okay, like, today's gonna be tight for time, and I'm losing time as we speak because of this nonsense. Okay, so we're gonna just drop all those right there and see. But, like, legit, I loaded the game afternoon on a different town, and it worked perfectly fine. So what is Tortimer's deal? Why has he forsaken me? He's still wandering around. I'm going to scream. What is his deal? Why? Animal Crossing GameCube flower model. This is very frustrating, not gonna lie. But, like, I literally have video proof of this working. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so it's like, I run up, and it's like, yeah, it's Groundhog Day. And then he's like, okay, here's a present. And then he just gives you a present. That was at, like, 10:45 for my first character. Then I played throughout. But then in my other town, when I loaded, I did all that. So, like, does he only give you one thing? Like, I haven't tried to talk to him on a second year to get things. But, like, let's just, like, move that. Ooh, what is this? Why? Can you legit only get one item from him? What? Like, what? I'm losing my mind. I am legitimately losing my mind. I don't understand. I don't have time to figure this out. I mean, I technically have until 5 p.m. apparently. Only one, like, this says only one flower model can be obtained per player. That's what it says on the wiki. Does that mean just ever? Because that's not exactly clear. I don't know what to say here. I'm trying to, like, find some sort of reference to this. Because, yeah, it's like I made all these characters and I got all the other ones. So, like, can I not even, like, do this the way that I legitimately, that's in quotes, wanted to do this? Because it seems like I can't. Of course, whenever I try to Google this stuff, it just gives me garbage for New Horizons. Like, no, I don't care about that. I want to know about the flower models. Oh, I'm losing it. Okay, so I looked for Gulliver. There's no Gulliver. We can use our new strategy. Okay, so, like, obviously I have a lot of work to do today. And there's a sale that goes from 6 to 7, which means the store's closed from 5 to 6 and from 7 to 8, which means I have 8 to 10, which is 2 hours, right before the store closes. And I have right now, and then I'll have a little bit of time before 5. That's like 3.5 hours, which is not great, okay? It's not good. Not a lot of time. I mean, I bought for like just under 3 hours, so this might take a little bit more than 3 hours. I could also, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think what makes sense. I could show up during the sale. It's just a lot slower to sell, but like usually I'm kind of eating around then. So it's like I either have to like offset my dinner and slow sell for a little bit to make sure that I have enough time, or I don't know. That's like 4 streams. That's ridiculous. Okay, there I go again. But like, I need to figure out this thing. I don't get it. Can you only get one item? I don't know where to look. I don't know, I'm gonna try to do some stuff while I... I don't know, right now I'm just trying to like sell what I can. But this is so far from ideal. I don't understand. I don't understand. Nothing I can find online. There's nothing I can find online so far. He just acknowledges the event and then doesn't do it. So like only one per player, that's it? Like you have to make extra characters to do this? That doesn't seem right. I don't know, something. Oops. I don't know, it doesn't seem right. That's all I got. This is dumb. I feel like this has to be. It's gotta be documented somewhere. Somebody has to, you know. All the wiki says is you can just get one per player. But what does that even mean? It doesn't mean much, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, like, I haven't ran into this issue before, I guess. Like I said, I mean, the only thing is, like, I got a dolly and the cart, last year. But I missed those the first year. And then I did Toy Day, and I have not interacted with Tortimer since. I ignored the vacation request. But maybe the flower models are just different? I don't know. Like, yeah, Tortimer showed up. He's there. Clearly, he gives the gift during the day. I have proof of me doing it last year without having loaded the game earlier. So, everything's right as far as I'm aware. But something's wrong. I don't know. Obviously, the fact that there's a spike today, I'm very happy about that. That's good. I like that. I don't know. I'm stumped right now. I'm like just like, huh? You know, I'm just sitting here, huh? It's a lot of huh. I guess it's a good thing I moved some of those turnips yesterday because the sales today and we are a little bit tight for time. Although I guess I could move turnips while the store's closed before 8. Ooh, that could be a time save. If I just clear out all this space and I worry about all those turnips, I could show up before 8 and do all that, and then as soon as the store's open, start selling. It would probably be smart. Okay, I don't know if I can actually find an answer for this. If I used, like, other saves and did some, like, testing, because I do have some other saves for the purposes of testing, I could maybe confirm if this is how it works. But like, bruh, this is messed up. Okay, we know what I'm really happy about? Spike on a Monday. It's been a minute since we've had a Monday spike. Let's just focus on the good stuff here. I have not had a Monday spike since December 1st, so it's basically been 2 months. And before that, there was one just 2 weeks like prior. And obviously, we've spent the most money I've ever spent, 8.4 mil. So this is gonna be like almost 60 mil in profit, which is like kind of disgusting. But yeah, this is gonna take a long time. So I'm just gonna do what I can now, and then I might have to come back for half hour, and then I might have to come back again, and then again. I don't know. I just want to make sure that I have enough time to sell everything, because it's gonna be a little bit tight. The good part is that I'm getting time in now, and then I'll get time in later. And then I'll do the one at the end, so it's not like I'm gonna be like just rushing through 3 hours of turnips. I'll at least have like a good start. And like I said, if I like load before 8, maybe I can do some stuff and that, like, you know, save time and like just run back and forth. You know, usually I'd say it's more efficient, you know, like, you know, bring the inventory turnips, drop the few, and then blah blah blah. But if I just like drop everything and then just run back and forth and bring everything while the store's closed, it is like more work, but it saves us like on selling time, which is obviously more important given the fact that there's a sale today. I'm really stumped on this Groundhog Day thing though. This is like the worst thing. I don't like when stuff like this happens. Not a fan. Groundhog Day AC. Here's the problem is that I haven't interacted with Tortimer during other events. The only one I talked to him on is when he had his vacation request. And he just asks you to look after the lighthouse. And then I didn't do it, and he showed up and he said, "You let me down." And I went, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to, you know?" So like that happened. But I have not attempted to receive anything new from him. So I guess maybe that's a mistake on my part, because if I did try to do that, then maybe I would have learned that. Like, maybe all of his items are like this, and each character only gets one. If that's the case, then, like, I don't know what to say. I guess if I have, like, I have other files that I can work with. So if I, like, used a test file, and I got a station model one year, and then I went to the following year, and then I didn't get a station model, that I would know it's like one per character. But like, I don't know. Like, literally, Wikipedia just says on Groundhog Day, Tortimer appears on a podium in front of the wishing well beginning at 7 a.m. while 4 villagers stand in anticipation of Mr. Rossetti's appearance. And at 8 a.m., Mr. Rossetti reluctantly appears to the groundhog and announces either that spring's coming early or that winter will continue for 6 more weeks. It has no actual effect on the actual seasons. The snow always melts on the 25th, and spring begins on March 1st. Okay? And then beginning at 9, Tortimer will give the player one of these 3 models based on the different types of flowers. Cosmos model, Pansy model, or Tulip model, each of which having 3 color variations for a total of 9 items. Only 1 flower model can be obtained per player. Does that mean, if you read it just as it is, that means you can only get 1 for each character, and that's what I'm experiencing right now. But does that mean once per year? Or just once forever? Like, I don't know. I feel like the way that I like things to be written, that's not clear enough. It should be like only 1 flower model can be obtained per player, regardless of, like, repeat years or whatever. I don't know. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I might just, that's just my, but, like, is that the case for all of them? Or is it only with this thing? Like, that's why I need to do more testing. But, like, if I can't get more items this year, that sucks. But it doesn't really matter. Okay. Calm down. Calm down. Focus. Focus, Em. me when I reference the already dead meme. Focus A. Turnips are obviously more important than this right now. Because here's the thing. I already have all the flower models with my other characters in my other towns. And if that's the legitimate way that you have to do this, then whatever, you know, I'm good. But of course, like a Groundhog Day and a sale and a spike all going on at once. This is what I'm talking about, okay? They love to give me spikes when it's just the least convenient for me. It's like, hey, we're going to reward you, but we're going to make you work for it, you know? Because, like, here's the thing. If that sale that happened today was, say, at, like, I don't know, 2 o'clock? No skin off my back. Would have been perfectly fine, you know? I could have showed up at noon. Oh, look at that. 700 mil in the bank. Huge. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So, like, if the sale was at 2, could have just showed up. Done. Easy. You know? Sorry, so if the sale was at 2, I'd show up at noon, you know, do, like, my hour or so, and then I could come back at, like, 7 and just cruise through the rest, like, without much concern. Because I'd have 3 hours, and I would have already sold for an hour. It would be pretty good. Be pretty good. Or I could do, like, 2 streams, you know, and, like, stream, like, 4:30-ish. Do that for, like, an hour and a half. And then I could come back just to finish it off and have, like, 3 streams. You know, in that case, it's fine. You know? I don't like to do multiple streams all the time, but I'll make it work. Also, I gotta, like, fit in a New Horizons stream at some point. So, like, I don't know. Maybe I gotta do that, like, 7:30 or 7-ish. Or I'd do it after the fact. But if I could do it beforehand and then switch back to turnips, that would obviously be easiest. Anyway, I want to try to, like, do some testing, and maybe I'll be able to, like, do a little bit of testing, but I don't know. I mean, obviously, if I show up and I talk to Tortimer and he says, hey, wow, what a great day, and he doesn't give me anything, there's nothing I can do, right? Like, if this is just how it is, then I need to confirm. Like, here's the thing. And my market model mistake, it seems to be a larger mistake than you know, I don't know. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm looking everywhere to try to find. Looking at some stuff. Maybe I've found something that's good. This guy said, hold on. Okay, so I found a message from somewhere that says there are also some items you can only get once per town, I think. Like the train station models. So to get all the variants, you need a second memory card, and you basically be creating that town only to get the variant items. There are 15 of those. You get one from tournament matches your town on hometown day, which is not true. It does not match. It's just a random one. There's a spreadsheet. Okay, so the plan right now is just to like clear out all the turnips that are close. Just blitz it, you know? Like, the money can wait. I can fix all the money later, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know. Clearly, there's a lot that I need to like look into and try to sort out with this. Because if this is the case for the station model, sorry, like I lost track of what I was trying to say. But basically, before I started, I looked into all this and I was like, okay, there's Groundhog Day, which happens February, and that has 8. Sorry. Let me start this over. I'm trying to like do too many things at a time. I'm gonna just focus on turnips and talk. I can handle that. But there's just a lot. Don't mind me. Anyway, sorry. So before I started, I did research. I looked at all the different items, looked at like what I need to do, made a little like map of all the different events and items that I would have to get from Tortimer and all the other things that happen throughout the year, right? Okay, I made all this big plan, obviously, you know. So I did that. And basically, there's 3 things that I was really concerned about. One of them was Groundhog Day, one of them was Hometown Day, and the other was the raffle from Red for the 4th of July. So again, in order of like occurrence, which is not really always going to be the truth because there's 2 in July and the Hometown Day thing varies, but I guess chances are it would be after the 4th of July because there's more days after that. And mine is like at the end of the month. Anyway, Groundhog Day. 9 items. You can get 1 each, right? Cool. The raffle from Red. With him, there's 3 different types of items you can get from the raffle. There's the balloons, the pinwheels, and the fans. The balloons, Nook gives out during the sales. So if you just go to every sale, you'll get the balloons no problem. That's the last thing you want to see at the raffle. Next is the pinwheels, which you can get from sale day. I bought all of the lucky bags from the store on sale day last year, fully upgraded store, and I did not get all the pinwheels. Okay, so pinwheels, yeah, they'll be nice to see. And then there's the fans, which you legitimately can only get from Red's raffle. And thankfully, I got those last year. Okay, so like, if I can get the pinwheels from the raffle this year, then I'm set, or I just buy them all from the store, and then it's fine. I do also have the pinwheels on a different town, because my second town had that going on, so like, you know, I got them just in case. The point's to try to do everything just within my town, right? But like, if I have to do other stuff, then I'll do other stuff. Anyway. And then Hometown Day, it's a randomly occurring day. Like, it just picks a random day in July, and there's 15 different station miles that you can get. People say that it has to match your station, like your actual train station, because like there's 15 unique train stations in the game. No, it's just a random one. In my town, I got like 3 unique ones, which sucked. I was like, give me 4 at least. There's 15. What do you mean I didn't get 4 unique ones? What are the chances of that? But if that's the case, then I can only get 1 per character. That kind of changes a lot, right? My whole plan was to like get all of the items and use my other towns. I literally have like 5 or 6 towns, by the way. That took a lot of work. Don't get me started on that. Me when I do the tutorial for the 15th time and I'm just like, ugh. Anyway, so like I made all those towns and then I got all the items, which required a lot of resets on some days. But, like, are you telling me I can only get one per character? Because then, like, if that's the case, then forget this. It's dumb. I put the time in, I've done the work. But, like, yeah, it didn't, nothing. So, like, I don't know if I quickly... now it's, like, a question of what other items work or don't work, right? Like, if I had got... I wasn't thinking about this, right? Like, if I had got the dolly and the car last year, then sure, I could have done that. And then I didn't do, like, the vacation thing, because, like, that's so much work. So, like, this was, like, the first, like, important event that was actually, like, happening this year, I think. Like, if I scroll up, I do have everything written down in order. So, yeah, New Year's Day. You can get a fortune from Katrina, which gives you stationery in your catalog that you can't get any other way. You can't order, it's just in your catalog, right? And then you can get a random diary from Tortimer. But obviously diaries are not unique, and I'm pretty sure that happens every year. And then there's the lighthouse thing, and then it's Groundhog Day. So, like, there's nothing that could have happened. And yeah, the models start at 9 a.m. It goes till 5 p.m. So, like, I've done everything right. It's just a question of whether I can get the other models. So if I do testing, I can, like, see, but, like, yeah, I think, like, the train one would be the most important one to figure out, because if that's the case, then, like, yeah, then I have all the train stuff, and I have all the flower stuff, and, like, there's nothing I can, like, I literally, there's two paths you can take, right? You could have one town, you could have all 4 characters, and you could just use that one character on that day, and then delete the character afterwards, and then move in a new character, right? And I was like, wow, that sounds like a lot of time spent during the actual day. I don't want to do that. So obviously I didn't do that, and then I made a bunch of towns instead, so I have so many towns. That's how I chose to do it. So now all the stuff's in the other towns. And if I can't get that stuff on my characters, then I literally just have to use it from the other towns, and I'm basically set. And I don't have to worry about all that stuff. I was thinking, like, hey, I have all these backup items. I'm going to, like, finish streaming this, like, by the 2-year mark. That's not the right button. And then at that point, I'm going to transfer over all the stuff from the other towns. And then I'll have a full catalog. I'll see the purple star on everything, and I can, you know, stop streaming the game. And then I was going to continue streaming specifically for those event days to show, like, that I actually pulled everything within my town. But if you can't do that, then that plan's out the window, and I don't have to worry about that. And then, if that's the case, that's annoying, because, like, it really makes you want to stop earlier. But I can't because of the market model, because I messed that up last year. What happened on sale day is that I spent 3 hours basically selling turnips in the morning, and then I completely forgot about Tortimer, and then because I was thinking about, like, the fact that I had to stream another 3 hours, or who knows how many hours, to deal with the red that night. So I did, like, 5 or 6 hours of streaming that day, and then forgot. And then, like, when I was going to bed, I realized that I forgot the market model. I went, no, this is terrible. So now I have to, like, continue playing. I can't be done until November 28th, basically, because of that mistake. But now that I'm learning, you know, that, like, these models and stuff, like, you know, now that I'm maybe under the impression that, like, you can only get one per character, then I could have just, like, stopped earlier if I had the market model. I don't know. Anyway, I'm happy about the spike today, because then that means I can just chill for the rest of the week. I love that. Monday spikes are actually the best, except when there's a sale on that day, because that's not cool. But that's not, you know, the Monday's fault. That's Nook's fault for trying to troll me. But yeah, like, buying and then doing all this, so then, like, I can go through the rest of the week, not a care in the world, not worrying about these turnips. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a little bit more. And then I'm still trying to figure out my plan of attack for the rest of the day. It's like I can go from, like, 4:30 to 5. Potentially I could use some little time from between 6 to 7, but, like, it would be really awkward. And then the other option is that do some work that's time consuming that doesn't actually involve selling. Like, if I move all the turnips from my other acres that are still, like, further away, closer to the store, before 8, it's extra work, but it will make things faster and give me a better time selling. Alternatively, I could, like, do all the money stuff. Like, if I don't know, I could be funny and just take money out of my bank account and, like, just, like, hit all the acres with money so that everything's good while the store's closed. So then when I'm selling tonight, I'm literally just running to the post office and to the store and then picking up turnips. So I think there's ways that I can make this, like, faster, or, like, I think there's ways that I can work around the hours of the store today. So we're gonna see, but I think I will show up for like a half hour or so at 4:30 just to get a little bit more done, and then I'll show up for New Horizons at some point and go from there. Okay, so according to my spreadsheet, I had 694 mil in the bank. Now, obviously, like, if you take whatever I bought, which is like 8.4 almost, you get to multiply by 8, so that's like over 60 something, but like my profits times 7, right? But, you know, so like, yeah, sure, the amount of money that I actually have to move, if you're trying to think like how far I am into this, but like, sure, I'm at like 706 800. Okay, so I've dealt with 12 mil. I've probably dealt with like a fifth of my profit for the day. I have not been selling turnips the whole time. That's probably like in half an hour-ish. I know it's like 43 minutes into the stream, but the Groundhog Day thing threw me for a loop and wasted some time. Unfortunately, that's like, you know, also has a time limit. And it's sooner, right? Tortimer's only out there from 9 to 5. So, like, I have 4 hours, essentially, to figure out if there's anything else I can do, if I'm just, like, that's just it, right? My understanding, my impression is that I could just, like, show up to him today and get a new item. So, like, I need to figure out if there are other items, you know, that, like, you can only get one of. Or if I needed to, like... Or, you know, like, I don't know. I just need to figure out, like, if that's how they all work, or if only some of them work that way. And I assume, based on what I've read, that the station model also works that way. So, like, I think that's just how it's gonna be. And then that means I don't have to worry about those days. It's, like, literally just the raffle I'm worried about. That'll get me the pinwheels. I don't know. This is... I feel like there's been a lot going on lately for me, and I'm trying to deal with that. You know, like, between, like, I was thinking out loud a lot, with, like, plans to, like, how to organize better, like, work with my space, and, like, you know, because I have a lot of things, and it's a little, I wouldn't call it, like, messy. I mean, it's fairly organized, but it's, like, not organized the way I'd like it to be, and it bothers me. So I'm trying to deal with that, so I'm trying to think of all these things. I'm coming up with some other potential ideas. But I haven't, like, I'm working up ideas, okay? And I'm trying to figure all this stuff out, like, there's all this stuff. And then it's like, okay, here's some turnips. Also, here's this, like, problem with Groundhog Day. Figure it out. I'm like, oh my god, give me a break, please. But, you know, I finished that game I was working on. I'm trying to clean up some achievements in, like, other random games. And if I do that, I can uninstall them from my computer, and then I'll have space back. There's a couple games that I've installed that are taking up a lot of space. And it's like, if I could just, like, quickly do some stuff, then I can uninstall them and just consider myself done with them. So that's the plan. You know, I'm trying to work on... I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I have a lot going on, and I'm just, like, doing a lot of different things all at once, and I'm making progress on a lot of them, but I'm not always... Sometimes it's like I just keep starting You know, it's like the idea would be to like, hey, you have a lot of things on your plate. Clear off your plate. But it's like I'm clearing off my plate, and then I'm just adding things in place. I'm like, well, this is another problem I have to deal with. And it's like, I'm getting stuff done, but like the total like amount of things that are like looming over me still seems to be like a high number, I guess. Maybe that's the best way to put it. So I don't know. Eventually we'll get it sorted out. I have like raffle tickets that I could throw out and deal with. I could just like throw them in the dump, I guess. But I'm not gonna worry about that today. Right? Like today it's like turnips. That's it. Just deal with turnips. And do the New Horizons stream. And that'll be like a quick 20-minute one. Who cares? Because again, yesterday it was like a quick 20-minute one. Who cares? It was easy. Also, like my storage on my computer, my drive's pretty darn full right now, which is a bit of a problem. I've been like, you know, just like doing what I can to like keep making space. Which is part of why I'm trying to like get these games done, but I don't know if I'll get them done soon enough to like be the actual solution. Especially because like today I'm not gonna have a lot of time to do anything. Like I'm doing this now, and then I'll have a little bit of time. And I guess I'll have like then, but oh, I guess that's the other thing. If I'm streaming at like 4:30 for a bit, I could just stream after while the store's closed and move the stuff then, rather than show up early for the 8 o'clock one. That actually makes more sense, because if I show up early, I don't know how long it's going to take me to move everything. If I just do it after the fact, when I'm already playing and the store's closed, then that allows me to like stop as soon as I'm done, and it's better. And then I can just show up for 8. And then that gives me a little bit more leeway with trying to fit in New Horizons before 8. So I think that's probably the best plan. And then maybe we get things done before 10. And then I have a little bit of time to do things. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah. So, I mean, I'm happy to see a spike today, obviously. We had 3 weeks of garbage, and now I'm having like 2 pretty darn good weeks. I guess this is a new record, probably, for like best back-to-back weeks. Actually, maybe not. That November one's pretty good, too. Actually, no, what am I talking about? I mean, I made 43 mil last week. And we're gonna be making like close to 60 this. Yeah, so like this is actually insane. This is literally 100 mils in like 5 days. That's actually nutty. Like that is right? Like 8 and 7 is, oops, I did not mean to go in there. 8 and 7 is 56. And it's 7 mil between 1 mil, so it's like 3.5. So if it's 56, then like, yeah, I'm looking at like 59 mil probably in profit today. Kind of crazy, if you ask me. So 59 mil, and then I made 43 last week, and it would have been more, but I was like recovering lost money. So yeah, I'm literally going to be up 100 mil in 2 weeks. And it's like currently it's like five weeks at spending 8 mil would get me done. So then after this, I'll be at 4 weeks at that price. Right now it's like 8 weeks at 5 mil, but like I don't know if that'll drop to 6 maybe, or if it'll just go down 1 to 7. Obviously, when I update it, I'll have an idea, but I have no time to waste on that. Right, I need to focus on just selling, and then see if I can confirm what's going on with the Groundhog Day thing. I've done enough research, and I can't get a good answer. That's the problem. There's so many weird, specific things about this game, and it's like, if you want to try to get an answer, just like, good luck, buddy. It's not happening. Or it's like you try to, like, you Google Animal Crossing GameCube, Tortimer this, and it's just like posts from within a year or two all talking about Tortimer at Harv's Island, and you're like, dude, what about this says GameCube to you? Like, that's the problem. I don't know. I'm a big fan of information being clearly out there and accessible. Which is why when I was talking yesterday about making my video, I really wanted to make it clear, like, how these things work. Like, it's supposed to be, like, half like, hey, here's how I did this, here's what I did, but, oops, I messed it up. But also, like, here's the important things to know about all these things. But, like, wow. Sometimes, you know, you do all this research, and you think you have a plan, you think you know what's going on, and then the game's just like, actually, you didn't put it all together correctly. And you're like, oh, shoot. So, like, that's how I feel today, because, like, this flower model thing's thrown me. But, you know, if that's just how it is, then I'm done, I guess, and I don't have to worry about that. Like, sure, I used other towns, and I did use, like, resets, but I've already got all the items. What am I gonna do? Review my footage and see which ones required resets? And then just do it again? I've already made all these characters. I could, like, load the game. I don't know. I'm just trying to think what makes sense. Like, I could load the game with my other town that was created after Groundhog Day. Does that make sense? Not really. So, I don't know. Anyway, we basically sold all of the turnips that are directly by the store. So that's a pretty good start. I can do a little bit more. And again, that's like, I don't know, an amount of money that's in the bank now. Yeah, I think 4:30 show up and then move more of the turnips. That's probably the best plan, and then maybe I can just stick to 3 streams of this game today. Because I guess, like, half an hour is a pretty good amount of time to, like, sell turnips, and then if we can, like, spend, like, 10-15 minutes just, like, moving things around. And again, potentially I could just take money out of my bank account, and then, like, restore the money to those acres, so then I don't have to worry about dropping money and, like, thinking about it. I just go to this post office, you know? I don't know how much time that would save me, but it's an option, and it's something I'm going to think about. I got a bit of time to think about if I want to do that or not. Right? Like, if I do, like, this is about an hour, and then I do half an hour later, that's an hour and a half, and then I have 2 hours at the end of the day, and then that's 3.5 hours. And most of the turnips are pretty close. I've sold everything that's, like, you know, immediate. And then there's still, like, yeah, it's like, I sold it's like A5, B5, C5, and D5. That's where, like, basically all the turnips are. There's, like, 6 turnips that are in, like, B2, 6 inventories of turnips in B2, which I guess could get moved potentially, and then there's still, like, 5 at the beach, I think. So there's maybe, like, 11 inventories there. I've sold, like, nearly 20 mil. Or, sorry, nearly 20 mil has gone into the bank at this point. Again, it hasn't even been an hour, but, like, you know, if I'm selling 20 mil, and it's like I need to, like, deal with 60 mil worth of money, then, like, yeah, this is taking 3 hours. Like, I'm not crazy to, like, be a little concerned. But again, if I, like, move the turnips, then I don't worry about the money, and it's just like a back and forth thing, then yeah, we're gonna be okay, I think. But I mean, like, yeah, like I said, I didn't start selling till like 7 minutes in, maybe 8 minutes in, so that would like mean we're at like 48 minutes of selling, and we're almost at 20. So I guess that means like 20 mil would be like about an hour. And if that's the case, then yeah, we do need more time. Do I need to try to do anything else? Is this plan enough? I don't know. I need to think about this. I need to think if this is going to be like enough or not. Because again, like I could show up maybe for a little bit before like 7, but I don't know. I'm probably going to be eating dinner. I need to eat. Unless I waited and then ate at like 7. I sold then, but I don't know. I don't know what the right move is. I wish this sale wasn't today. I wish I could abolish these sales. Because like they literally don't do anything for me right now. Right? There's 4 categories. I've said this before, but there's 4 categories of sales. And it's like wallpaper, carpet, furniture, clothing. Guess what? I have everything. Not actually. There's still some clothing that I'm missing. However, the clothing I'm missing is specific to certain seasons. So, like, if it was like, yeah, sure. If a sale happened and it was, you know, during the summer or fall, and, you know, it rolled the 1 out of 4 chance for it to be clothing, sure, it could be helpful to me. But, like, half the time it's just a single shirt in there, and it's usually one I have. And again, that's, like, it would be a rare shirt. And, like, it's not always the rare shirts that I need. I think I do need rare shirts for these ones, but, like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The sales are annoying. Also, they take away from, like, Gracie. So, yeah, it's like... I was thinking, like, I'm gonna have to keep playing, like, streaming and work to get all these, like, model items. Clearly, that's not gonna be the case. Unless there's something that I've done wrong, but I just think you can only get 1 per character at all. Because that's, I mean, the way it's worded is a little ambiguous, in my opinion. I mean, it could be interpreted 2 ways, so I would call that ambiguous, but just based on the other items. Because, like, normally you can get more than 1 item. Like, how many duplicates did I get in, like, New Horizons for random things just because I could? But I'm guessing this one, maybe I can't. Maybe that's, like, the case with a lot of things. But, yeah, if I could test it with, like, other items, then I might do that when I have the chance. And then, like, report back when I can. But, yeah, I'll do, like, 1 more inventory. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about the spike. Obviously, the timing's not great, but this is my this is the most money I've put in on Turnip ever. Not by much, only by like 100 or 200k, but still, the fact that the 2 times I've spent above 8 mil have been spikes is pretty cool. Pretty happy about that. Yeah. Okay, so again, I'm gonna wrap up. So I looked for Gulliver. He's not here. It's Groundhog Day. I talked to Tortimer. He did not give me anything. I talked to him on my second character. He didn't give me anything. According to the mega sheet, his gift availability period is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I referenced my footage from last year where I used multiple towns and multiple characters. And yes, I started at 10 something and it went as late as 12 p.m. sometime around then. And I was still able to get everything. Wikipedia makes it says you can only get 1 flower model per player. When I read that the first time, I think I took that as per year. But I think that's just in general. So I'm gonna have to do some testing, and that also makes me wonder about like the station models and other items. The station model is really the only important thing that I would need. I would assume the raffle would be able, you know, would be something you can do every year. So I don't know. Anyway, I got some things to look at. But for now, I'm going to be back at 4:30. We have a spike. That's the big thing that's happening today, because if we're not getting more flower models, then that's out the window. There's no Gulliver, but we have a spike. We have lots to sell. That was an hour. The store's closed from 5 to 6 and from 7 to 8. It's open for the sale from 6 until 7. So I'll be back at 4:30. I'm gonna sell a bunch more then for that half hour, and then I'll move some turnips around to like get them closer to the store, and then I guess I just show up for 8 and do those last 2 hours and hope for the best. But yeah, I'll be back later. That's it for now. Bye.